draw, verb, verb forms, draw, draws, draw, drawn, drawing, make pictures. 1. Intransitive, transitive, to make pictures, or a picture of something with a pencil, pen, or chalk, but not paint. You draw beautifully. Draw something. To draw a picture, diagram, graph. She drew a house. He drew a circle in the sand with a stick. Figurative. The report drew a grim picture of inefficiency and corruption. Serrated entries, artwork, and techniques. Art equipment. Pull. 2. Transitive. Draw something, somebody, plus adverb, preposition. To move something, somebody, by pulling it or them gently. He drew the cork out of the bottle. I drew my chair up closer to the fire. She drew me onto the balcony. I tried to draw him aside. For example, when I could talk to him privately. Figurative. My eyes were drawn to the man in the corner. 3. Transitive. Draw something. Of horses, etc. To pull a vehicle, such as a carriage. The Queen's coach was drawn by 6 horses. A horse-drawn carriage. Curtains. 4. Transitive. Draw something. To open or close curtains, etc. The blinds were drawn. It was getting dark, so I switched on the light and drew the curtains. She drew back the curtains and let the sunlight in. Move. 5. Intransitive. Plus adverb, preposition. To move in the direction mentioned. The train drew into the station. The train drew in. The figures in the distance seemed to be drawing closer. Their car drew alongside ours. Figurative. Her retirement is drawing near. Figurative. The meeting was drawing to a close. Weapon. 6. Transitive. Intransitive. Draw something. On somebody. To take out a weapon, such as a gun or a sword, in order to attack somebody. She drew a revolver on me. He came towards them with his sword drawn. Attract. 7. Transitive. To attract or interest somebody. Draw somebody. The movie is drawing large audiences. The course draws students from all over the country. Draw somebody to something. Her screams drew passers-by to the scene. Get reaction. 8. Transitive. To produce a reaction or response. Draw something. The plan has drawn a lot of criticism. Draw something from somebody. The announcement drew loud applause from the audience. Make somebody talk. 9. Transitive. Draw somebody. About. On. Something. Often passive. To make somebody say more about something. Spielberg refused to be drawn on his next movie. Conclusion. 10. Transitive. Draw something. From something. To have a particular idea after you have studied something or thought about it. What conclusions did you draw from the report? We can draw some lessons for the future from this accident. Comparison. 11. Transitive. Draw something. To express a comparison or a contrast. To draw an analogy. a comparison, a parallel, a distinction between two events. Choose 12. Intransitive, transitive. To decide something by picking cards, tickets, or numbers by chance. We drew 4 partners. Draw something. They had to draw lots to decide who would go. He drew the winning ticket. Names were drawn from a hat for the last few places. Italy has been drawn against Spain in the first round. Draw somebody, something, to do something. Italy has been drawn to play Spain. Game 13. Intransitive, transitive. To finish a game without either team winning. England and France drew. England and France drew 3-3. Draw with, against somebody. England drew with, against France. Draw something. England drew their game against France. Serrated entries. Soccer. Money. 14. Transitive. To take money or payment from a bank account or post office. Synonym. Withdraw. Draw something out of something. I drew out £200. Could I draw $80 out of my account? Draw something from something. She went to the post office to draw her pension. Draw something on something. The check was drawn on his personal account. Liquid, gas, 15. Transitive. Draw something. Plus as verb. Preposition. To take or pull liquid or gas from somewhere. To draw water from a well. The device draws gas along the pipe. Smoke. Air. 16. Intransitive. Transitive. To breathe in smoke or air. Draw out on something. He drew thoughtfully on his pipe. Draw something in. She breathed deeply, drawing in the fresh mountain air. Extra examples. Animals are instinctively drawn to those who like them. He approached her, but she drew away. He draws very well. He was increasingly drawn to the idea of making short films. Her gaze was drawn irresistibly to the scene outside. I drew my chair up to the fire. I tried to draw him aside so I could talk to him in private. Make sure the contract is properly drawn up. She drew me onto the balcony. She sat with her legs drawn up on the sofa. The blinds were partly drawn. The contracts of mood in the first movement are very sharply drawn. The duct drew out stale air. The meeting was drawing to a close. The plan has drawn interest from local businessmen. The project enables students to draw together their knowledge, skills, and experience. The site's boundaries were tightly drawn by the Department of the Environment. We asked the surfing champion what first drew him to the spot. We drew closer to try to hear what was being said. We drew names randomly out of a hat. A beautifully drawn picture. A crudely drawn child's face. As the boat drew towards the shore, a taxi drew up and we got in. As he drew near, I could see that he was limping. Drew the curtains. It's dark outside. She drew water from the well and splashed her hands and face. She waved to me as I drew up. The Queen's coach was drawn by 6 horses. The blinds were drawn, and the house looked shut up. The company has been drawing gas and oil out of the rich ground for 62 years. The device draws water along the pipe. The figure in the distance seemed to be drawing closer.